Hey gang, what is going on? Juan from the Byte That team. As you can tell, I am not at home, but there is something that I really want to talk about. Breaking news regarding NXT as of their last set of tapings. Not about a match here. I want to talk about an individual that is now part of the NXT roster, and that is former TNA star and former World Heavyweight Champion in TNA, the Cowboy James Storm. This guy was highly recognized as one of TNA's biggest key components, if you will. One half of America's Most Wanted. One half of Beer Money with Bobby Roode. And now he's part of the NXT roster with no name change. There is footage, there are images about this. He is Cowboy James Storm and is now part of the NXT roster. He had a match which apparently will air on the October 21st edition of NXT, so you definitely want to check that out. I cannot wait to see that, just because it's somebody that is so highly recognized as being part of TNA, more so than Samoa Joe, which of course had the huge following from Ring of Honor, but James Storm is a whole different thing. This is getting a lot of people talking about, is it hypocritical that we like this? Because there's of course a lot of negativity towards TNA, but then a guy jumps ship and all of a sudden it's okay, it's awesome. I think there are two sides to the coin. On one hand, yeah, it can be a little bit hypocritical, regardless of what's happening in TNA. Cowboy James Storm is by no means an old guy, but he's not exactly a young guy either. He doesn't have a 10+ year career left as far as we know. But when you think about the context of NXT's audience, people that definitely know about the business, I think it makes absolute sense to have something like this where it's a little bit out of nowhere. We have guys like Rhino, Samoa Joe, Johnny Gargano. You can add Cowboy James Storm to the list, and I think it keeps things from getting stale, because people keep getting called up to the roster with Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, the list goes on. And eventually other top male talent from the company will also move up from NXT to the main roster. So what happens? You need somebody that can definitely keep people tuning into NXT. Oh, you got to see this guy jump ship. And you're not doing it with Raw or SmackDown. You're able to, number one, get more exposure for NXT. And number two, once again, it begs the question, who's going to be the next guy? A lot of people say AJ Styles would never be part of the WWE. Maybe he's never part of Raw or SmackDown or even touches a pay-per-view, but maybe he can be at a TakeOver special. All of that is why I love NXT. I love what they are doing, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do with Cowboy James Storm. Maybe it's a short-term thing, but the same way that we have the Dudley Boys in the main roster shaking things up with the New Day, I think Cowboy James Storm can add a lot of things to NXT with guys like Finn Balor, Samoa Joe. He's a former World Heavyweight Champion, and they can address that openly. So I would actually like to know what you guys think about Cowboy James Storm being in NXT. Leave that in the comments. We will probably talk about this in the podcast, which is available every single Tuesday night right here on the channel. So if you like this video and you like everything we do, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And NXT, man, it is really taking over. You can check out my review of WWE 24 NXT Brooklyn right here on the channel. NXT TakeOver Respect was absolutely awesome. And now you add this to the mix. NXT to me is the primary show I love to watch the most. So until next time, thank you for watching, and we will be back with tons more right here on Byte That.